Hey guys, what's going on? Got another Elemental PvP video. We're playing Demon Hunter Elemental Holy Paladin once again, and we've kind of come up with a new strat that we'll kind of showcase in the other two. We only have 3 matches because each of these matches are like 3.5 to 4 minutes long, and it's kind of weird, but I don't know. I think this session went pretty well. We kind of figured out a new plan, which was to chase down a healer if we're fighting kind of like a wizard cleave. I think if we did it here, it may have worked as well, but I don't think resto shamans are as easily swapped to as like resto druids and stuff like that. But I could be wrong. But anyways, let's get into the match. The first one we got here is Arms Warrior, Windwalker, and Resto Shaman. This is a very powerful melee cleave, kind of scary. As you can see, Plum almost gets one shot in the opener. It's quite insane. Monk Burst is really something else, that's for sure. But anyways, here I kind of make a mistake, but like just in a small sense, I should have lassoed the Resto Shaman there while he was casting Hex, rather than getting Hex and having to use Trinket. But live and learn. But anyways, they're swapping to me. And then as soon as I use my wall, they go and CC Shook. So I drop Tremor to get him out of fear. But you can see they're doing a lot of switching around, just trying to keep us on our toes. I'm trying to kind of stay in the line of sight of the healer so I can kick him when I want to, but there goes the link from the healer. Unfortunately, we both kicked the healer, so we lost it. Here's where an overlap happened. Shook bopped me and I burrowed at the same time, so that really sucked. You have to be very, very careful when you use defensives. If you didn't realize yet, we rarely ever use voice when we're doing these games. The reason why is, well, we're not really sure. We just find it the games work out better if we're not in voice. We don't feel like we're trying as hard. I guess I don't know. It's kind of weird. But anyways, they run behind the walls to get at Shook. Shook runs out using a bop and stuff, and then goes in for CC on the healer. I follow up with a Hex. It is a bit DR'd because Plum did recently cage him, but anything works, especially when it's free. And then here I get a nice Ascendance proc, get huge damage on both of them, and the warrior falls over. So here the monk wants to play it out because he's got cooldowns coming up. So we just kind of walk around trying to kite him, making sure that we just don't let him catch us off guard. Because a monk can, as you can see, he does a lot of damage to Plum. And it's kind of crazy. So, but here they kind of give up. So thankfully, because it would have sucked to lose a 2v1 or 2v3 just because of a monk one shot. Well, on to the next match. We have a caster cleave here, and this is where we start using the you send a burst on the healer situations. So they kind of start in the opener. Plum's going around the long way to try and get a little bit behind so that way he can get after them. Our main focus is going to be kind of shutting down the warlock, but as I said before, we're going to be making swaps onto the paladin every once in a while, and we just find that our random burst situations, because our damage is so high and we can do that random situation burst, it just works out great. But anyways, there's the observer that we had to kill from the warlock. We get the warlock very, very low. This is using up a lot of defensives. I go ahead and drop Tremor because I saw the priest running in. So I moved away from Shook so that way we don't both get feared. And I pre-Tremor just to make sure it comes off anyways, just in case. But here is another Primordial Wave. You can see I have all 3 of them. Paladin just used the defensive because he thought I was going to go for him, because that's who I sent my Primordial Wave on. And I go ahead and Flame Shock him again. Oh wait, no, I'm going for a Hex. Okay, yeah, that's even better. Sorry, these matches were a few days ago. But yeah, so Warlock main focus. Here's the portals from them all, so I'm trying to use a defensive just to reduce the damage Shook has to heal. And here we get quite a bit of damage on the Warlock. Shook's gonna get feared here, but he stuns me right away, so I can't help Shook. Not that I could have, I didn't have Tremor. But here I'm spamming Purge trying to get that bop off. But, you know, because there's so many magic effects out there, never comes off. So finally get it going. Make sure the Paladin is always Flame Shock because I wanna do swaps onto him. Here's when Plum did a hunt onto the Paladin and it really scared the crap out of him. So as you can see, we got Bubble. His defense actually had just fallen. I think he just recently used it too. So it's perfect timing. Here I get it. This is actually a really good pathing for me. It pushed me over the stairs so that way the Warlock couldn't hit me while I was feared. So that was quite nice. But here is Plum went in for a cage on the healer. So we're going to get a bit of damage on everybody else. And then I believe we're going to switch to the healer right after. So there's the phase. He's doing a really good job at keeping my flame shocks off, which is really annoying. But here I ping because I want to kill him. And we send a whole burst into his face. And he just cannot deal with it. But they're able to peel us off. Unfortunately, so we got really close. We're still kind of connecting, but I think it's best to just switch off here in a second. There is the full sacrifice. So Plum is wailing into the priest, and I am wailing into the paladin, making the paladin do double the healing. Here I pull the DPS around the corner. Well, I tried to miss a kick because I suck at this game. But yeah, we're finding that chasing the healer for the most part is really good, especially at random intervals. There, Shook gets silent, so I'm trying to heal Plum a little bit. Here he gets feared, and I get feared as well, so that was kind of crappy. But Plum is around the corner away from the Warlock, chasing down that Paladin. Now he's kind of getting off, and we're going to push the Priest a little bit more. Just trying to see if we can't get anything from the Paladin left. Or anybody else. Here I get CC'd and we get a nice switch. Warlock is on the other side. He has to gate in, but it's just not enough for the Warlock to do anything. I think the Warlock should have sent fears on us to try and keep his paladin alive, and I don't know if the priest still had life swap or not, but yeah, they possibly could have saved based on what they had, but yeah, as you can see, this is another one where we have a very good swap. As you'll see, I do ping the druid because I like to I'm just finding it works best. Like, why not? Here we're just getting a lot of damage. I am a mastery build, by the way, so if you're curious, I believe a lot of the higher shamans are haste. I think that's due to one of the talents, but I don't run that. I prefer other ones, which I will get into when I finally finish the elemental guide some of you have been asking for. So hopefully it's not too late. But anyways, here I ping the druid because I primordial wave and I want to switch and hit him, but Plum goes ahead and cages him, and this is where I was like, oh shit. But it's okay. I'm gonna try it again, ping him, and hopefully, and I'm hoping Plum understands, which he does, is that I want to take out the healer. I just find druids tend to panic when you switch to them. Like, they really panic, making it ideal target to switch to. So yeah. But anyways, as you can see, our damage is much higher than theirs, so we're putting a lot of pressure, but that doesn't mean Shook isn't taking a lot. Here he gets a fear, so he can't get pre-bear form, and I'm just wailing on him. He still goes bear form. Both the casters leave, so we're just kind of sitting in here, trying to LOS. And then we get a bit of damage, which we proc. I believe he used bark skin, iron skin, and I don't think that was real tree form, but he had to use bear form as well. So our next go is going to be even more potent. Here I'm just hitting the Ellie, trying to get some damage. I get stunned and eat an interrupt, which is very good. But here, now they're playing outside. I get a nice Ascendance proc, just dealing a bunch of damage. I don't know why Lightning Bolt is lighting up. I think it's a bug to do with Volcanic Surge, one of the PvP talents that buffs Lightning Bolt. It's really, really annoying because I want to press it, but it doesn't do anything. So here, Shook gets a really nice Hodge on the Druid, which scares the crap out of him. So he gates out, and then we switch targets once again, getting his hots just rolling on somebody else, right? Because that's what you want to do when you're fighting a druid. You want to make sure his hots are moving elsewhere, because it's just going to make him spend a whole lot of mana. But as you can see, it's just like caster cleaves are really annoying, and this match just drug on forever and ever, and it was really annoying. But here I just peel behind, help Shook top myself off, get Earth Shields reapplied, so that way we can get a little bit of extra healing. There, Plum misses a kick on Fear, which kind of sucked, so... But they're hitting him anyway, so it didn't really matter. Here we get a huge amount of damage on the Warlock. I believe the Druid went for a drink, but didn't end up getting a whole lot. Here he comes out, and I just go after him. I just want this guy gone. I cage him to try and keep him near us, pull him behind the pillar so the other two can't see. Shook is feared, but I thought he had sacrifice rolling, but he didn't because it's lit up on my little tracker there, which was really weird. But anyways, it may have been on Plum instead, so I just spot him a little bit of healing. Pardon me. We're kind of running away, but as you can see, when you're playing against caster cleaves, it's best to kind of stay behind a pillar, try and pull them to you a little bit. But when you're chasing after the healer, they want to run behind a pillar. So if you're going to go into enemy territory and the enemies are out in the open, you want to make sure they can't see you while you're attacking their healer. But as you can see, we forced the druid. He thought we were going to go for him, so he dipped behind the pillar and we were able to take out the shaman. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully this helps in any way, and I hope to see you in the next one. Laters!